Everybody, Mark here from Mark Builds Bricks. We have a bit of a surprise for you. We've managed to snag our first Mattel Brick Shop Hot Wheels set. This is the 1990 Acura NSX for Honda. If you still have the Honda brand in the UK and over in the Asian countries, it was a Honda in my country when it first came out, but then all the Hondas got turned into Acuras, basically in that 1990s era. So we're going to take a jump into this. We're going to do a full stage by stage review as we normally do. I actually found this at Walmart. So Mattel, you did not send this to me, full disclosure. I bought this set. I do have two more pre-orders coming, which is the Corvette and Mercedes. So we'll be definitely checking them out in August when they show up. So let's jump into this and check out this whole thing about Mattel Brick Shop.
Welcome.
All right, so let's talk about the box. It is my first Mattel Brick Shop Hot Wheels set that we managed to get our hands on. It is not the one of the smaller set. This is I think the mid-scale set. It's the 1/16 version of the build because there is also a 132. So I believe this one is listed as the Elite series, which is that middle tier series. So what you see on the box, everything nice, actual beautiful picture of the actual car without all the stickers and stuff, because you do have, as you can see in the top right corner right here, you can customize this car to look like a pace car, which goes around the racetrack in front before the race begins, and all the cars are warming their tires up and everything behind the car. So you have two versions you can do of this car. Also, we do have some metal pieces. So apparently up here, the hubcaps of the wheels, they're supposed to be metal. So we'll check that out once we open it up. And of course, we have a little die cast version Hot Wheels car for this as well. Now, it will be interesting because it's been a long time since I've actually had a toy Hot Wheels car. So it looks a lot different back than I can remember. That was a long time ago. Top of the box, as you can see, it also comes with a metal plaque. It looks like a stamp out Hot Wheels logo on it and stuff like that. And of course, a little die cast. So those are the exclusive metal parts. So from that picture, I think these ones right here, these silver rims are not going to be metal maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll have to check it out once we open it up. On the sides of the box, straightforward. It's basically got some pictures of some of the bricks and stuff like that, and the wheels and the tires and stuff, and the Hot Wheels logo. On this side of the box is a fantastic picture of the actual set with the little die cast to give you a size ratio. The die cast, I believe, is a 1/64. Let me read the back of the box. Die cast toy is 1/64 scale. The actual set that we're going to be building is 1/16 scale. The back of the box has all that information, as you can see. Down in this side, you have two ways of actually building it. You can have the steering wheel left-handed drive, or you can build it right-handed drive, aka North America. Once Honda switched over to the Acura branding, I believe that's the reason why we have the left-handed, because we all have left-handed drive here in North America. European and some other countries that have the right-handed. I believe you guys are still on the Honda branding. Just a mental note, if you do want to do the Honda build, you have to download because the change for that is only in the digital instructions from what I'm reading on the box right here. Also, middle, we have trunk, or the back part, the boot, whatever, actually opens up. The doors open up as well. Turning the steering wheel will turn the wheels itself. And down here, we have a little blueprint of the size of the car. The size is 26.4 centimeters, aka 10.4 inches long, 7.5 centimeters tall, basically about 3 inches tall. So yeah, and it has all the normal trademarking, blah, blah, blah information on there as it normally does. Now, I did open up one side of the box here, so let's just get this out and check out what we have in here. So, because like as I said, I haven't had one of these sets yet, so yeah, we got numbered bags, so that's pretty cool. So we got numbered bags. Looks like we got some Technic pieces, system pieces, snot bricks. Got some more. Oh, we got a manual. And what else is there? Oh, we got a couple more bags. There we go. And anything else in there? Nope. And then we have the die cast part, which looks, I think, just slides right out. So there we have it. This is everything that's inside the box. Let me just give you a nice little zoom in. So you've got the 4 wheels, and you've got a set of hub wheel rims and another set of wheel rims design, and then the metal stuff. So let's just open this up. So this is supposed to be metal. Yeah, sounds when you drop it on the table. But all in all, it could be really plastic, but it is metal. So it is a metal die cast piece. Let's take out one of these and see the difference. Oh yeah, silver, plastic, bronzy color here is a metal piece. So you don't get metal wheels or wheel rims at all. You get the metal one for the one set of colors. The set is plastic. The tire, or see if we can pop one of these tires out. Yeah, so they're already on the rim. It looks like you can slide them off and change them if you wish. Tires are rubber. The center axle is not in fully, so interesting there. So that does slide out. So I guess you have to put the piece in to hold it in place. Tires got some interesting tread on it, as you can see. So it's got some nice good treading on it as well. It's got a nice feel of the rubber. It's soft, so it's pretty cool. See, we got the metal plaque here, or the little stamp piece. Kind of hard to read the Hot Wheels logo on it. I know, typical metal. I don't know if we needed this or not. I know maybe this is something that you can hang on your keychain or something like that. But yeah, so wish the stamp print was a little bit more legible, because you really have to angle it to actually see the Hot Wheels logo nicely on there. And of course, we have the little car. Let me just pop this out. So here's the little Hot Wheels car. The wheels are bigger than the front wheels, it looks like. Yeah, metal plastic bottom, because it's got that hollow sound when you, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's got that hollow sound when you hit the plastic. Nice little exhaust pipes on the back of it. Car looks pretty good. I don't know. It's got an Acura stamp on the top here. So I don't know if the car will have a Honda logo if it's a box was sold in Europe. I don't know. We'll see. If anybody gets a set over in Europe and stuff, die cast, if it's got a Honda logo or an Acura logo, let me know in the comments. But other than that, yeah, it rolls nicely on the table. But we'll slide that back in. We'll cover that back up. So that is basically it. So it looks like 12 sets of bags. All right, let's jump into it. About the manual that comes with this set. As you can see here, a fantastic image of the Acura NSX or Honda NXS. Looks really good. We got the Mattel BRIX shop logo at the top. We got the Hot Wheels logo, and we got the Acura logo, so licensed Acura logo. Down here at the bottom, I'm thinking this is possibly the set number, or the set model number is JFT17, the 1990 Acura NSX or Honda NXS. Great picture. Going into the thickness of this book, it's a decent sized thickness, as you can see, for only 876 pieces for this set. Stickers, as you can see, the stickers did pop out, so you do have a choice to brand it either Acura or Honda, but these are extra stickers. There are printed pieces in this set as well. So what you see on this picture right now is mostly possibly all printed pieces, and you add the stickers to customize it later. Inside, you have a nice little time frame of the actual car, 1990, 2015, and 2025, of how the set was developed. We got a couple of more interesting informations about the car, and another shot of it on this side in the customized form with all the stickers on it. And again, Hot Wheels Elite Series at the top corner of the book on this side. Then you get into a little blurb about the two designers for this set, which is pretty cool, interesting. Another fantastic image with the little die cast car as well in the shot. Then it gets into about the manual. So we're going to be building the Acura version, so left-hand drive. If you want the right-hand drive Honda version, you can use the QR code to download the digital instructions and check that out. So I might actually download the digital instructions just to see what the digital instructions are like. Another interesting picture of the completed set in there. And then we jump into the actual build itself. It does have its own little brickwork separator tool. Kind of interesting how this one looks. So I may give this a try during the build and see what it's like. But basically this one starts off with bag 1 and 2 right away into it. It's single bags. So there's bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, all the way up to bag 14. There's no extra bags in those, so it's not like bag 1 and you got 3 of them. So right off the bat, you're jumping into bag 1 and bag 2 right away. In the way the build of the instructions, they highlight in yellow of the pieces you are going to be attaching to the previous steps. There's also stud counts as well, so very clear inventory pictures or images of the pieces that you do need to see and how they go in, plus some extra steps explanation, but with the lots of different translations depending on what country you're from and stuff like that. But basically saying, hey, we got a 2x8 plate here. We're going to be using it as a temporary hold, so just put them in place, because a couple of steps later, it tells you remove the temporary pieces out. So that is something new that I haven't seen. And again, I like the way they did the 2x8. So it's highlighted in red. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but let me just move it into a little bit better shot there. But other than that, I do like the way they do the stud count. The colors for the inventory pieces look pretty damn good. You can tell when it comes to printed pieces on this 1x5, you can see what kind of a printed piece it is. So you have an idea of which one that you need to hunt down for to put in place. But all in all, instructions look like they're very good. We'll give them to the test for sure as we build this out. So we will make comments as we go through this review. But all in all, this manual looks really good, straightforward. Very easy to, looks like it very easy to follow, even give you what kind of, make sure you get the right piece versus the wrong piece in certain scenarios. A nice shot of the car, the die cast metal plate that goes under the car, or use it as a keychain. It's up to you. It's really up to you. And then in the section, it tells you what actually opens and closes. And then it comes into what you can do to customize. So the next few steps are the different things you can do to customize the car, whether if you wanted a convertible or not a convertible. Applying the stickers, it doesn't really tell you where, how to apply the stickers and stuff like that. You pretty much just wing it and put it wherever you wish if you want to match the image of what's in there. At the very back, as you can see, we have the speed series, Hot Wheel Elite series, and Hot Wheel Premium series. I have not gotten the Cadillac Speed series, which is the smaller version car, the 132 scale. I do have this Corvette coming in August, and I do have the Mercedes coming. Apparently, there is a pickup truck as well. I'm still trying to hunt that one down, whether if it's been released or wherever it goes. Or Mattel Brick Shop, if you are watching this, feel free to send me that pickup truck. I would really love to review that one. So inventory pieces, all the pieces and the color codes and everything like that in the back. So pretty cool there of everything. And there you go. A nicely branded Acura logo on the back of the book with some color on the book. So that is the manual. And I'm pretty impressed with it so far. So the first stage of this build is completed. So this would be technically bags 1 and 2 to get all this together. And again, the bags are just in one individual bag per number. So one bag, bag 2, so on. So in the instructions, it tells you which 2 bags or which amount of bags you do need to go to finish off that stage. But all in all, we do have our first printed pieces in the set. Let me just see if you can zoom in there. So we do have our NSX logos and stuff like that. We do have NSX logos in red in this area as well. So my guess is this is probably where the seats are going to be and so on, or who knows, because that's the exhaust pipes here in the back. So main seats, these are probably the floor carpets and so on. And the front of the car is going to be over here. All in all, a bit of Technic, as you can see, we did have some Technic pins and some Technic pieces in place. We do have some upside down building as well here in the back to get the rear bottom piece in with the exhaust pipes. And all in all, there has been a couple of unique pieces that I've never seen before, or similar piece, but a lot thinner, and there's a couple of pieces that are just completely new. Clutch wise, everything's been going together not too bad. I'd say the clutch is about 90% dead on. There are some cases where the clutch is way too tight, so you have to really push to get the studs in. But all in all, it's been a really smooth build going into it, and the colors have been dead on. Even some with the nice little teal mint blues in here for some of those pins. We do have a couple of nice little reds. We had some pink pins and stuff like that, and yellow pins. So very easy to follow in the instructions of the color coding going forward. So there you have it. That's stage 1, bags 1 and 2. So this stage of the game, I believe we're what, stage 3, 4? What stage are we on again? We'll call this stage 3. since the bags are in pairs as we're going through. So stage 3, building up the back end of the car. So we start getting the classic identifiable red wheel wells, fairings. We do have a printed area for, in theory, where the gas tank would be going. We got the nice little bumper going in place. We're going to have a printed license plate going in that spot there. We're getting some weight, some structure to the back of the car as it's getting a little heavy in the back. Now, in this part of the build, in this area, especially when you're putting on the bottom bumper and stuff like that, be careful because of the clutch is not 100% smooth on some of the pieces. When you're pushing down, you may have the bumper explode on you, which you might see in my build video of this. So just be mindful, but once you get everything in place and put the plates and everything in, and it does solidify the structure nicely in the back. So as you can see, it is a very solid build in the back. But that is the bulk of that stage, is getting all this up and getting that traditional red look of this car starting to show up in the build. So now we're officially on stage 3. Previous one was stage 2. This is stage 3. So bags 7 and 8 at this stage of the game of the build. More of the engine is built and more of the tidying up the look of the back of the car. So we got the license plate in, the exhaust, we got the straight across braking lights with the reverse lights in the middle as well. There's a nice little printed Acura logo right there. Coming around to this side is pretty standard with the wheel well and everything. We do have a nice little print on here as well. On this side as well, we have the same on this side. Plus, of course, we mentioned we do have the gas tank print on there. Printed piece on the engine block. It is a Honda logo with the VTEC engine, basically. So you build up the small engine, and then we also have flexible tubes to imitate the intake cooling, I guess, tubing for the engine itself. So pretty cool. All in all, pretty good. Some of the building of the engine, just to let you know, the clutch was some issue. So at times I was trying to put a piece in and the whole engine just exploded and pieces went everywhere. So be very mindful when putting together that. I would deem that area or that stage of the build as a little fragile because of the clutch is a little too tight to get the studs in correctly. But all in all, it is starting to look like an NSX. So stay tuned. We're jumping into the next set. And again, this is only 876 pieces. So it's a fair sized car for that many pieces. So I'm pretty impressed. All right, stage 4 of the build, which is basically bags 7 and 8. Most of this part of the build, since the bag didn't really have that much pieces in one of them, is basically doing the work in the front area here. So we've got some Technic fun put in place underneath, as you can see, with all the Technic pieces and stuff. And as well, we have some axles and some pivot angle arms and stuff like that. So the steering actually works. So as you can see, we do have some movement for the front wheels to turn. So that's pretty cool. And then of course, bracing everything in place so it's all in and nice and sturdy. Now we do have this orange pieces and this gray piece down here. This was part of another temporarily added here because we may be removing these later. We're not 100% sure. So it hasn't told me to remove these ones. But so far, front end, the start. And it's coming along pretty good. And one mental, was it 1 or 2 mental notes? There is a couple of things that clutch was a little tight, and it was basically, I think, in the foot pedals underneath the steering wheel, getting everything into place nicely. Other than that, super smooth. All right, stage 5 of the build. As you can see, we have the front of the car taking better shape, more form. So this would be bags 9 and 10 combined to build out more of this structure and everything else. We do have some printed goodness inside. As you can see, we do have, it's hard to see on the screen there, but we have some printed in there for the dials on the dashboard, and we have also a printed center console as well as a printed on, I guess, the glove box, if that was the glove box. On this side, the front, as you can see, we've got everything built in nicely. That is coming to shape really well. The fairings also have the turn indicator light based printed on those two pieces on each side. And we do have a little pin piece here sticking out because the doors are going to open, so that will be connecting to that to open the actual each door on each side. And it's nice and solid. So this is basically going to be the bulk size of the car itself. Just to give you a compare, there's my iPhone on the screen. So there's my iPhone, and that's the size of the build. So that will give you a comparison of how big this car actually is being built out. So there you have it. More of the front being built out. All right, stage 6 is completed. Is basically more at the front of the build of this car. So we are just tidying up basically the whole front fairing, the centerpiece of the intake as well. We do have also pop-up front headlights as authentic to the actual NSX that it did have. So I think that was pretty neat. So we have those set up, and it's pretty much just the bulk of this area. It's a short stage of the build basically, and a lot of little pieces to put in place. The only other add-on is we actually have the seats in. So we do have the driver and passenger seats in. The backs do just let you know that they are a little on the fragile side. So just make sure you be wary of when you do tilt it back and forth or where you grab it. But they do have a little bit of a tilt back and forth for the seat. But they're really nice bucket seat design, so they give you that race car feel. I know there was an option on the NSX to get seats like that instead of the typical normal bucket seats that you would normally get in a sports car. But that's pretty much it for this stage. Right, we have completed this Acura NSX build. Mattel Brick Shop. This looks pretty good. It's pretty solid build. All in all, it really does look like the NSX. It really turned out really well. There's some really good detailing on the car. Everything you see on here is actually printed pieces at this point of stage, which is absolutely great, even down to the Acura logo on the hood, as well as printed license plates in the back, the VTEC on the top of the engine, printed consoles, printed dials on behind the steering wheel and everything. So really cool. Even some printed on the floor panels down at the bottom where the seats are, which is pretty cool. Also, I got to give props to Mattel Brick Shop for sending the clear pieces for the windshield and the rear window. They were actually wrapped in tissue paper inside the box as well, so to avoid any scuff marks and any scratches and stuff like that. So hats off to you guys. That is really good. It rolls nicely, as you can see. No problems whatsoever. Nicely rubber. It doesn't feel like a plastic rubber wheel. It's got more of a rubber feel, so this actually is pretty good. The front wheels do turn, as you can see. I'm just pushing it with my finger, but you can actually move it by turning the steering wheel as well. So the steering wheel does affect the front wheels, which is pretty cool. Also, the wheels that we have in place are not metal. These are the plastic versions, but soon, later in the video, I will address the customizations and I will address the wheels so you see the difference on there. Now, the doors themselves, and in fact, I'm going to turn to this side because this door, there you go, opens up nicely, gives you a nice good view inside the car as well. And the door, as you can see, you gotta maneuver it just slightly in, so it's not a smooth open and close, so it does stick out slightly and it does get caught on the side. On this side, I would open it, but the way it's not actually fitting on the pin correctly here. I push it in as much as possible, but it keeps popping itself back out. So just a minor issue there for that side of the door. The mirrors look pretty good. You can angle them however you wish. We do have the authenticity of the front headlights do pop open. So as you can see, really looks good with some transparent 1x2s in there to mimic the lights. So you have a choice of having the lights up or down. Also, lots of good engine detail as well with some of the rubber tubing that you actually put in place that look like pipes. The rear window does flip up, so you get a nice good view of everything in the engine compartment, which is pretty cool. And lights straight across like it normally would see in the Acura, as well as an interesting fin as well. So that's like you just said, all the little things that you do see on here are actual printed pieces. So it's really good. So the customization is what we're going to jump into next. So what I'm going to do, the magic of video, is I'm going to dress this car up with the customization extras that you do get with it, and we'll come back and we'll finish talking about it. All right, so we're back with the magic of video. Here is just some of the stickers. You do get a good chunk of stickers to apply. So here are a bunch. A lot of them are white based lettering and stuff like that. Some got the Hot Wheels logo, Taiyo, tires, and of course Honda if you've got it set up to be a Honda. I went with Acura just because I kept it with the left drive. Plus we have an Acura printed logo right here, so I just didn't want to put a Honda logo here, even though we do have a Honda logo on the engine itself. But basically customization is you get an extra piece to build out the roof and put the pace car lights on. So here's the default roof that you do get to put on. And again, you can take the roof off and this off and put little 1x2s in place so you can have it convertible if you wish as well. So those are a couple options. Now, my pet peeve is these studs right here. I wish we had another 2x3 to cover up there and to get rid of those studs showing on the top of the car. That is just my pet peeve of that. But you can also just pop the lights off and then just put them on. So very simple, just pop it off like that. And like I said, you could put 1x2s in and then keep it as a convertible if you wish, or keep it as a pace car or non-pace car, or mix it up. Take the lights off, leave the stickers on, and just leave the normal roof on. I added some stickers on the side, as you can see. The NSX pace car, we put the rays on the back as well. I did the same on the side as well. And of course we have the Acura across the windshield. Other than that, I'm not going to put any more stickers on here. We did change the wheels out to the gold rims. Now these gold rims are actually metal pieces. So I wish all the wheel hubs were metal instead of one set plastic and one set metal. I think it gave it that uniqueness to the set if all of them came metal. But that's just my opinion because I'm not a fan of the bronze look here. I do prefer the other color. I just wish they were metal. And also this is where you put the metal plate, Hot Wheels plate right on the bottom, just pops into place like that and you're solid. But there you have it. That is the Mattel Brick Shop Acura NSX in all of its glory, completed. And comment and subscribe. I will leave a link to the website. You can also find these on Amazon. I am not affiliated in any way, shape, or form to Mattel Brick Shop. Hint, Mattel, if you're watching. But definitely, I will be checking out at least 2 more cars, which I just got a notification during the filming of this video that at least 1 more set is on its way. So I'll have it next week. And then I think the next set comes the week after, which is another one at this scale, which I believe is the Corvette. And then we've got the Mercedes, which is actually bigger than this. Is the premium scale for all the sets itself. I hope you enjoyed it. It was actually not bad if you're a car enthusiast and building different types of cars and stuff like that from Lego and other companies. Check it out. The bricks were actually not that bad. It was actually a pretty decent build. It was actually pretty engaging to putting it in. A couple of little minor issues here and there and some unique pieces that Mattel made specifically for their sets. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next review.